Good morning, everyone. Oh, what? I'm sorry. Good morning, everyone. Just another beautiful day at Mo Scapes LLC, bulk landscape supply store. Uh, your local supplier in Owens Crossroads or Alabama, in your North Alabama section area. It's me. Woo. It's wintertime. Growing this out. Need to get a haircut. But I haven't had the time to. So I'm gonna try to start a vlog. Jump on the hype train. Woo! I don't know. I feel like I have a lot to. I'm not good with words still. I have a lot that I can just throw at you with being in the industry and then starting my own retail business. The goods, the bads, the terribles. But honestly, it's all a life lesson. And I'm like, it's one of these things. I believe that whoever's trying in my situation or anyone, I'm like, anyone that's starting a business, and you got to hear from someone that's actually in the thick of things right now. Um, but yeah, starting off, my name is Maurice Haywood. I'm the owner and founder of Mo Scapes LLC. I've been in this industry for 10 plus years, selling mulch, gravel, sand, limestone gravel, decorative gravels, pavers, anything done with hardscape and landscape. I supply that. Previously, I was working for a company that was a local company here, but then they got acquired by a chain company. Um, and I gave that one once we were acquired by them. I actually gave them probably 2 years of my time, and it wasn't working out for me. So I wanted to go do my own thing. And then here's the thing too. What I knew about me, I was a very good seller. I'm gonna be high on myself about this. I was the main person that I believe people were coming to see at that store in that particular time because I knew my stuff. I knew everything. I can get orders ready. I knew how to get people what they wanted, and that was a good trust factor with me. That's one key thing, reason why I wanted to start this because I had the trust of all those contractors and homeowners to call me at any time, ask me questions. I get them the answer, even if I didn't know the answer. I got them the answer what they needed. Um, and then so I decided, I'm like, it was a process. It started off as a joke, saying, "Oh, what if I just open my own store? Call it Mo Scapes." And then from that joke, it turned into, well, I'm in a container, but I have my own store, and I love every day of it. But the one thing I do know is, like I said, I know how to sell things. I didn't know how to run a business, and that was probably my biggest fault in jumping into things. But I would say it's a big fault, but it's actually I love it because I got hit with so many challenges within this 1 year. I'm not even a full year into this. I opened in April, and we're in November now, mid November. So it's one of those things. It's like you got to learn somehow. Um, I have great mentors. I have people that have my back. I can call and ask questions, excuse me, and get advice for it. But yeah, starting this all by myself, it was a big task. I wouldn't say essentially by myself. I do have people there that help me, but yeah, starting by myself, it was a big task, and that's why I want to start this vlog because there's people out there that's in the same situation as I am that started it, and they hit a point in the year because I also hit a point in this year where I'm like, this is not going to work. I'm not going to be able to make it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what next steps are to come, and it's very detrimental to your mental health because who do you turn to? Like me, I have an ego thing as I don't want to go ask anyone for help because I believe since I got myself in this situation, I should be able to get myself out of the situation. But knowing one of my key things that I've learned, like I listen to a lot of podcasts, like Entrepreneur on Fire is one of my favorite podcasts just because they tell a story from the beginning to the middle and to the end. how they started their business, why they wanted to start their business, how they knew they can grow their business. It was very enlightening to me, and I still listen to it to this day. I think I'm on episode 1000 or something. Now I did skip a few episodes, but yeah, I'm in episode 1000, and it's still the best thing. So if anything, this is not sponsored from Entrepreneurial Fire, but listen to the podcast. Best thing I've ever done. Um, but just hearing those stories, I learned I'm just going through what everyone else goes through. And this is a normal thing. You will be pushed to the limits. You will hit your point where you're like, I can't do this. I can't keep up with this. Do I file bankruptcy, or do I just drop it all right there? Um, but essentially, I love this every day. I love getting the challenges I have every day, and I wouldn't ask for anything else. But I want to try to start uploading weekly, at least 1 to 2 videos weekly, just stating my journey, what problems or what do I have to deal with, like for this week. Like right now, let's say my biggest goal and challenge right now is I'm into the winter season. Technically, this is more of a slow season for me. I have homeowners that drop off from buying from me because they're not looking to be outside and be in the cold working. One of the bigger things is homeowners are trying to get their yard to look good before all family relatives come by. Um, and then after, like, say Thanksgiving, that all dies because most of their money now has to go to Christmas and buying presents. No one's willing to buy, hey, here's a scoop of mulch. And I'm like, there are people still out there, but the majority of people I know, they're not trying to buy any landscaping outside things because they're not going to be on the outside. They're going to be on the inside, staying warm and just being around family. So this is one of my biggest challenges right now is trying to keep afloat through the wintertime, especially being in my first year. Now I have done very decent for my first year in business, but I still don't have enough to be able to float me through it. So now I'm having to do some type of outreach. Well, I have to do outreach. I have to do outreach all through the year because here's one of the things, like I mentioned earlier in the video, everyone at my last store knew who I was and I was dependable. Where I moved now to open my business, I am an hour away from that store. Now, every contractor or homeowner that I did deal with, they have nothing out this way. So I have to go to a whole new brand of people in this area and try to show the same thing that I had at the other store, that you can trust me. But, I do technically have competitors very close to me. And luckily enough, I've had customers come to me because, not saying nothing against the competitors, but they're not like me and they trust me. So I'm already building a small following of brand and customers, and it's working out well. And I believe my second year is going to definitely take off very well for me. Um, but it's, yeah, getting through the first year. The first year just seems so long, and just, what am I doing wrong? There's days that I sit up here with one customer freaking out, like, oh my God, what do I do? Then the next day I hit 3 customers, but those 3 customers put me way over the margin that I really need. So ups and downs, ups and downs. You're never going to be balanced here. You're not going to be balanced in your first year. I don't believe. If you are balanced in your first year, you're making very good profit. You did the steps that you needed to get you where you were, or you just, how do I say it? You get a little bit lucky. Not everyone has a green thumb for business. I'm not gonna say I have a green thumb for business, but that's why I'm building myself to where I am right now. Well, to where I want to be, and ultimately, I want My big goal, okay, my goal is I want to retire by the time I'm 45. I'm 32 right now, so I got 13 years. I have 13 years to build this not corporation, build my brand, my own build business into from a $0 profit to where I've had a friend actually tell me is like the only way that the business he works for is going to look at me to buy me out. I have to at least make a $6 million profit. I have to be a $6 million revenue store. That's a tough task. And most people will tell me you're not going to get that within your 13 years. You can probably get that within 15 to 20 years. But with that type of thinking to me is I would never get that if I really believe that. So my goal is, I just want to retire at 45. I want to build a successful business. I want to be able to have a legacy built. Um, there's so much I want to do. There's always going to be new goals that I'm going to think of and what I want to do. And it never ends. Once you become an entrepreneur, it never stops for you. You never have a day off. I'm like, it's just what it is. But this is my introduction. My name is Maurice Haywood. I am the owner of Mo Scapes LLC. And I just want to start posting videos and just talking about my journey. Pretty much how I got here, where it's taking me. I want you to see year by year the growth and potential that you can also have with your own business. I'm like, give me a comment or anything, ask me questions, because I don't know all the answers, but guess what? I'm going to figure out the answers, or I'm just going to tell you personally how I feel. And, personally, how I feel about things, if I'm answering your question, it might not be right. Guess what? We're all learning in this. But yeah, once again, I'm glad you watched this video. I hope you watched this video. If you want to share this to anyone else that might be going through the same thing, share it. If not, whatever. This video is going to be online. It's going to go through ages. I probably won't even hit, well, I don't know. But either way, first video done. Let's get to the next one.